Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Which Banks Will Protect Your Money Most Effectively? Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. A lot of people ask which banks are the safest. The first line of defense is to make sure your bank protects your money with FDIC insurance. What if you have more than $250,000 and you want to protect it? Well, the FDIC insures up to $250K per deposit, per institution, and per ownership category at their member banks. But what can you do if you've got more than $250K in the bank? Well, first, you can open an account at a different bank. Perhaps the most straightforward way to get another $250K of insured coverage is to open an account at a second FDIC member bank. If you're using accounts that earn interest at a bank with only FDIC insurance, be sure your deposits are low enough that your balance with your interest will be within the $250K limit. Once an account reaches the $250K limit, you can open a new account at another institution. Next, you can add a joint owner. Single, individually owned accounts are insured up to $250K at member banks. However, joint accounts with two or more owners are insured up to $500,000 total. So, to double the insured amount in a deposit at a single bank, you can add another owner. Next, get an account that's in a different ownership category. For example, FDIC insurance coverage applies to several ownership categories. It applies to single accounts. These are accounts owned by one individual. It applies to joint accounts, accounts owned by more than one person. It applies to certain retirement accounts, including IRAs. It applies to revocable trust accounts. It applies to irrevocable trust accounts. It applies to corporations, partnerships, and unincorporated association accounts. It applies to employee benefit plan accounts, and it applies to government accounts. The ownership category refers to who owns the account, such as a single or joint account, and the account type. So, for example, you could still safely have up to $250K total across checking, certificates of deposit, savings, and money market accounts in a single account ownership category, and put another $250K in a qualifying individual retirement account, which falls under the ownership category of certain retirement accounts. If you do want to open accounts at multiple banks, which banks should people choose? Well, we don't give investment advice, but the ultra wealthy often prefer to do business with the 5 largest too big to fail banks. These banks are JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, and US Bank Corp. Do the super wealthy also keep their money outside of the banking system? Yes, they absolutely do. So where else do they keep a lot of their money? Some of them invest in real estate, dividend-paying stocks, companies that generate positive cash flow, high-end art that they store offshore for tax reasons. I'll tell you something else that's interesting. Many of them will store their wealth in newly built safe rooms within their own mansions. These safe rooms will be bulletproof. They'll be fireproof. They'll have heavily reinforced steel doors and cement walls. Some of them will pay people off so that these safe rooms aren't permitted and don't appear on the blueprints registered down at the city clerk's office. They will also be hidden behind fake walls or secretly accessible doors that don't appear to be doors. The last thing they want is to have some thief going down to the city and looking at the blueprints of their homes to see how best to find and rob their safe rooms or their panic rooms. I have heard rumors that some people are taking some of their wealth onto their yachts and then dropping it into the ocean and letting it sink, a small amount, maybe it's 30, 40, 50 feet to the bottom. Not out to the middle of the ocean, you'll never find that money. But if it goes down 30, 40, 50 feet, that's more easily found. They put their wealth into special waterproof containers that are GPS tagged and designed to be very easily located and retrieved by the owner, but not by other people. So, which banks will protect your money best? We believe that what some of the ultra wealthy are doing now is probably the safest option. They're keeping a portion of their wealth at multiple too big to fail banks that are FDIC insured. They're keeping portions of their wealth at various mansions they have. They're purchasing positive cash flow generating businesses or assets, and they're even hiding some of their wealth in special waterproof containers that can be retrieved only by the owner who knows the access codes and the GPS tagged locations. I'll tell you something else that the ultra wealthy are doing that's really interesting. They're buying inexpensive islands and burying some of the wealth on those islands. They will bury gold, diamonds, platinum, financial documents, and even crypto wallets and passwords in special, heavily sealed, highly protected containers that are both waterproof and mold resistant. Here's the other thing that's really interesting. They will mark the GPS location of the real buried treasure, and then they'll plant a lot of fake buried treasure elsewhere on the island so that if somebody starts digging up empty boxes, they'll get discouraged and they will stop. That's sort of clever. It appears the ultra wealthy also have one last line of defense when it comes to protecting their money. They like to donate heavily to the right politicians because if there is a collapse, they want to be sure these politicians will intervene on their behalf and protect and help them retrieve their money. It seems the only thing better than having the FDIC insure your money is to donate to the right politically loyal politicians who will help protect your wealth. Good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.